The story begins in a high-security facility, where Lena, a biologist, sits behind glass in a containment room. Men in hazmat suits stand around her while others observe through the glass. She's the only survivor of a mission into a place called the Shimmer, a region where the laws of nature seem to bend and break. Lomax, the man questioning her, wants answers. She was gone for months, though it felt like days. 2 of her teammates are confirmed dead. The others, she doesn't know their fate. Years earlier, a meteor fell from the sky and struck a lighthouse on the southern coast. From that impact point, a strange glowing field began to spread, something that would come to be known as the Shimmer. Relentless, expanding, and still unexplained. Nearly 3 years later, Lena is working as a professor at Johns Hopkins. She teaches about the behavior of dividing cells, some of which seem to grow endlessly, like cancer. But her personal life remains frozen. Her husband, Kane, vanished on a secret mission and hasn't been seen in over a year. One day, her colleague Daniel invites her to a gathering at his home. He assures her it wouldn't be wrong to spend time with friends. But Lena declines, saying she prefers to stay in. Instead, she isolates herself, still tethered to the silence Kane left behind. That afternoon, while Lena is painting her bedroom, Kane appears in the hallway, alive. Shocked, she drops her brush and runs to embrace him, tears in her eyes. He seems hollow, like a shell of himself. He looks at Lena, sees her, but his memory is fractured. She asks him where he's been, what happened over the past year, but Kane can't answer. He doesn't remember. Not the mission. Nothing. As they sit in silence, he takes a sip of water and sets the glass down. Lena notices blood on the rim. Moments later, he begins to convulse. She rushes him toward the hospital, but before they arrive, black government vehicles intercept the ambulance. The doors fly open. Armed agents pull Kane away. Lena struggles, shouting, until she's sedated and taken. When Lena wakes, she's inside a government compound known as Southern Reach. There, she meets Dr. Ventress, a psychologist overseeing the investigation. She notes Lena's military background, 7 years of service before becoming a professor. Ventress begins asking questions about Kane. When did he return home? Did he say where he'd been? How he got back? Whether he contacted her while he was gone? Anything before he left? Lena's answer is always the same. No. Kane never spoke a word about the mission. Not before, not after. He didn't contact her once during his disappearance. Ventress then explains the truth. 3 years ago, something appeared near a lighthouse on the southern coast, what scientists now call the Shimmer. It's growing, consuming land piece by piece. Drones, animals, and people have entered. None returned, except Kane. Later, she brings Lena to an observation platform overlooking it. Outside, the Shimmer pulses in the light, an iridescent wall bending the horizon. Beautiful, but unnatural. Ventress is preparing a new expedition. Lena volunteers to join. Not because she's ordered to, but because Kane went in and came back broken. Because she believes the answers are inside, and because she still owes him. That night, Lena is taken to see Kane. Behind a sealed chamber, he lies unconscious. He's barely alive, suffering from massive internal bleeding and total organ failure. Radiation or a virus? They don't know. Then she says she might be able to help, if only she understood what happened to him. Lena watches in silence, still holding on to the hope of getting her life back, the life she had with him, the quiet, ordinary nights that now feel impossibly far away. The night before the mission, the team gathers quietly. It's the first time Lena meets the others. Josie Radek, a soft-spoken physicist with a history of self-harm. Cassie Shepard, an anthropologist still grieving the loss of her daughter. Anya Thorensen, a tough paramedic in recovery. And Ventress, their leader, focused, silent, also quietly battling an illness of her own. Each woman is carrying something, trauma, loss, or guilt. And in some quiet way, they're all drawn to the Shimmer not just by duty, but by a need to confront something within themselves. Lena keeps one detail to herself, that Kane is her husband. That night, after the others are asleep, she moves through the corridors of the facility. A guard dozes in her chair as Lena slips into Kane's medical room. He lies unconscious, surrounded by machines. Lena places a hand on his chest. Her voice is low. She tells him she knows why he went in. She's sorry, and now she knows what she has to do. In the present, inside the containment room, Lomax asks why she went into the Shimmer, why risk it knowing no one ever returned. Lena doesn't explain, she just says she owed him. Lomax studies her, but she says nothing more. At sunrise, the 5 women cross the boundary and step into the Shimmer. Lena dreams of Daniel, her secret affair. The the guilt still lingers, even here. She wakes up inside a tent, disoriented, with no memory of entering the forest or setting up camp. The others feel the same. Their gear is unpacked, their food partially used. Based on the rations, they've somehow been inside for at least 4 days. None of them remembers any of it. Inside the shimmer, everything feels wrong. No one remembers setting up camp, but their gear's unpacked and rations are half gone. 4 days, just gone. Josie explains it. The shimmer refracts everything. Signals, light, even brainwaves. Radios and GPS don't work. Cassie suggests they use the sun to find direction. South leads to the ocean, then the perimeter wall. They use their watches to navigate, splitting the angle between the hour hand and noon to find south and start to head deeper. Still, they move forward, following a rough map of the area, a region that was once a state park. They stop at a riverside shack overgrown with thick vegetation. Mutated flowers, different species blooming from the same vine, spill over the railings and trees. Josie, the physicist, calls it continuous mutation. The shimmer refracts DNA like a prism, blending everything inside it. Plants, animals, even people. As Lena studies the strange plants, Josie steps near the shack's doorway. Something suddenly yanks her inside. The team scrambles at the scream, rushing into the shack. Lena dives in just as the others wade after her, pulling Josie back while she gasps for air. Just as they get her out, a massive albino alligator bursts from the river and charges the group. Everyone opens fire, but none of the shots land. Lena opens fire, killing it, but the victory is short-lived. Its mouth reveals rows of shark-like teeth, proof of crossbreeding inside the shimmer, and a terrifying sign of what else might be waiting ahead. In the present, inside the containment room, Lena says the changes started small, but grew worse near the lighthouse. Shapes were twisted, repeated, echoes. Lomax asks if they were hallucinations. Lena says she thought so, but they all saw the same things. It felt like a dream, sometimes even beautiful. Back to the shimmer. The team finds 2 old boats. With no clear trail through the terrain, they push off and glide through the flooded swamp. Lena rides with Shepard, who opens up about her daughter's death. She says everyone came here already broken in some way. Anya is in recovery from addiction. Josie has old self-harm scars. Ventress has no family. Lena lies, saying Kane was killed in action. They arrive at an abandoned military base, the rusted gate marked Fort Amaya. Once a southern reach outpost, the base is overrun by vines and silence. Inside, they find sleeping cots, gear, a rough map of the base, and a shift board listing the names of the previous team. Kane's among them. Lena freezes, her eyes fixed on the name, shaken but silent. Meanwhile, Ventress searches through the supplies and finds a plastic bag labeled "For Those That Follow." Inside, she uncovers a small memory card left behind for whoever might come next. Josie loads it into a video camera. The team gathers close as she presses play. The screen shows Kane, Lena's husband, holding a knife to another soldier. He cuts open the man's stomach, and something inside moves. Worm-like shapes writhe under the skin. The team stares in stunned silence, the air heavy with shock. Anya suddenly snaps the camera shut, breaking the silence. Needing answers, they press deeper into the base. Moving cautiously through dark halls, they reach an old, drained swimming pool. At the far wall, a human body is fused into the tiles, its spine arched backward. The walls around it bloom with fungal veins, an unnatural color. It's the same man from the video, his body warped over time, consumed by the shimmer's mutation. They decide to spend the night in a nearby watchtower overlooking the base. It offers height and some sense of security. One team member stays below, keeping watch in the shadows. Inside, the others set up what little camp they can. That night, Lena dreams of Kane. It's the morning they were meant to leave for the countryside. He brings her juice like any other day, but something feels off. He's calm, too calm. He says he has to go. Something came up. A special mission. Lena tries to close the space between them, but he's already pulling away. No anger, no sadness. Just a quiet distance she can't cross. And now, in the dream, she knows why. Lena wakes with a gasp, pulled from a dream she can't shake. Kane's voice still echoes in her mind. She begins to examine her own blood under a microscope. Her cells are dividing, but not like normal. They shimmer and twist, changing form, just like everything else in this place. Later that night, Ventress takes watch in the security hut beneath the tower. Lena joins her. The only light comes from a dim monitor. As they talk, Lena brings up Kane. Ventress listens, then says Cain didn't go into the shimmer out of duty. He went because he wanted to destroy himself. She thinks that same urge lives in all of them, deep down. Suddenly a distant rustle. Lena lifts her night vision goggles but sees nothing. Cassie, posted nearby, steps out toward the noise. Then, a scream. A bear-like creature bursts from the dark, dragging Cassie into the trees. The team rushes out, weapons raised, but she's gone, silenced. The night is restless. No one sleeps. They're exhausted, still shaken by the incident. By morning, Ventress is packed and ready to move out. She's made up her mind. She'll reach the lighthouse alone if she has to and heads out first while Josie and Anya push back. They want to turn around, go home. Lena stays quiet at first, then speaks up. She agrees. They could go back. But it's 6 days to the edge of the shimmer, whereas it's only 2 days forward to the lighthouse. She adds that, like Cassie once said, they can follow the coast to the perimeter wall. It's the best shot they have, and Cassie might still be alive. The team hesitates. Finally, they decide to keep moving forward. In the present, inside the containment room, Lomax questions Lena's choice to go forward, says she misled the team, acted like she knew it was safer to go forward. Lena says Ventress made the call. Lomax reminds her Ventress had cancer. She wasn't coming back. Lena says she knew, and she still chose to go on. As they walk, they find a blood trail, a torn boot, unmistakably Cassie's. The trail leads off the path. Lena follows it alone while the others wait behind. In a clearing, she finds Cassie's body, twisted, throat torn open. Her eyes are still wide. Lena returns silently, no words. Cassie is gone. They keep moving. The world around them is growing stranger. A small village appears, overgrown with vines and flowers. Windows are shattered, roofs caved in. Nature has swallowed the place whole. Near the homes, they find plant structures shaped like people, posed like statues frozen in time. Josie studies them closely. She theorizes they were once human, their DNA scattered and refracted into the plant life around them, reshaping the vegetation into their form. She adds quietly that their own DNA is changing too, slowly, without control. They camp in an abandoned house. At night, Anya becomes paranoid. Her fingerprints shift beneath her skin. As the night goes on, Lena starts to dream again, haunted by the memory of Daniel and the part of her she left unspoken. In a dream, Lena is with Daniel. The memory is quiet, intimate, another moment from the affair. But this time, something is different. She realizes Cain knew about them, about everything. His silence before he left wasn't duty, it was pain, and leaving was his way out. She knows this mission was never just about answers. It was about trying to fix what she broke. That night, things begin to break. Lena jerks awake. Anya stands over her with a gun. Josie and Ventress are tied up nearby, groggy and stunned. Anya is breaking down. She's crying, trembling. Her hands won't stop shaking, the skin beneath them twitching like it's alive. She holds up Lena's locket. She knows now, Cain was Lena's husband, the man in the video, the one who cut that soldier open. Anya's voice cracks with fear. She accuses Lena of lying, of hiding who she is. She thinks Lena is infected, that they all are. She's sure Lena will do to them what Cain did in the video. Terrified, she grabs a knife. If someone's going to be opened up, it won't be her. Then a sound cuts through the tension, a scream. Cassie's voice, calling for help from outside. Anya runs toward it, but it's not Cassie. A creature pushes into the room, massive and wrong, its skull-like face catching the light. The screams echo from its throat, Cassie's voice warped, looping, raw with pain. The women freeze as the bear stalks closer. Anya stumbles back in, bleeding, opens fire, but misses. The creature lunges, tears her down. Josie breaks free, grabs a weapon, and unloads the entire magazine into the bear's head. It collapses, silent again. Lena moves to Anya's side, covering her body with a blanket, a final act of care. Nearby, in the dim light, Ventress is already packing. She's not waiting for dawn. Lena watches, confused. Ventress says she's leaving, now. She can feel herself unraveling, mind and body slipping like fast-onset dementia. There's no time to waste. She has to go alone. By morning, Lena finds Josie outside. Her arms are changing now. Vines curl beneath the skin. Leaves bloom from old scars. Josie speaks of Cassie, how her voice echoed from the creature's throat. She believes a part of Cassie's mind was taken in death, trapped in that final scream. Fear and pain left behind as the only trace. She doesn't want that to be her end. Not like Ventress, who ran toward it. Not like Cain or Lena, who tried to fight it. she chooses something else. Lena looks away for a second, and Josie is gone. No sound, no movement, just a cluster of flower-shaped forms standing in the garden. Lena searches the green, but Josie has become part of it, folded into stillness, peaceful. Now she's the only one left. She keeps moving through the strange forest, quiet and heavy, carrying everything she's lost. She presses on until the trees thin and the forest gives way to open shore. Lena finally reaches the lighthouse. The terrain is quiet, eerie, crystal trees glinting under a gray sky, skeletal remains scattered across the sand. Something terrible happened here. She steps inside. A charred skeleton rests against the far wall, knees drawn up, palms open. In front of it, a camera still stands pointed forward. Lena hits play. Kane appears on screen, exhausted, disoriented. He sits calmly, holding a phosphorus grenade in his lap. His voice cracks as he speaks. He's not sure if he ever really was Kane. Whatever he used to be has unraveled. The shimmer has rewritten him. He turns to the figure behind the camera, his double, and speaks his final request. If that thing ever makes it out, it should find Lena. Let her know he loved her. The other voice answers, calm and sure. Kane pulls the pin, and white fire engulfs him as the camera shakes, then settles, until a second figure steps into frame, untouched by the flames, calm and unburned. Another Kane, the one who made it home. Lena stares in silence. Her husband died here. The man who returned wasn't him. She descends into the hole where the tunnel walls are smooth and pale, fleshy, like calcified roots. At the bottom, she enters a chamber shaped by alien intent, organic and surreal, with a single light source pulsing at its center. Ventress is there, waiting near the core. Her form is shifting, face blurred, eyes missing midway through transformation. As she turns to Lena, her features settle briefly. She speaks calmly, her voice detached, not quite human. The shimmer, she says, didn't come to destroy. It came to change, to refract biology, mirror it, reproduce it, spread it. It's not a message, it's a process. Annihilation. Then she breaks apart. Her body unravels into beams of liquid light, flowing out in glowing tendrils. The energy pulls a drop of blood from Lena's face. Her cells mix into it, and within this alien current, something starts to take shape. A figure emerges, humanoid, metallic, constantly shifting. It watches her. Lena steps back, lifts her weapon, and fires. The bullets pass through. The being doesn't move. It's not afraid, just aware. Lena turns and runs. She scrambles up the tunnel, only to find it already there, waiting. It doesn't chase, just mirrors her. Every move Lena makes, it echoes, step for step, breath for breath. When she shoves it, it shoves back harder. She falls, and it leans over her, copying her panic, pressing down on her chest. The weight is overwhelming, like being crushed by a reflection. But it's not attacking. It's not trying to kill her. There's no malice, only mimicry. It wants to be her. Lena's movements slow. Her fear gives way to clarity. She reaches Kane's old pack, pulls a grenade, hands it to the entity. It takes it, reflecting her still. She pulls the pin and walks away. The blast knocks the being back. Fire clings to it, its arms, its shape, trying to mimic even the flames. Confused, it reaches for Kane's scorched body, igniting them both. The fire spreads fast, crawling through the lighthouse's root-like walls and structures. The creature changes, its form now fully Lena's, as it stumbles, still aflame, back into the chamber's center. The shimmer burns. The crystal trees collapse one by one. The structure flashes white, then goes dark. The shimmer is gone. In the present, inside the containment room at Southern Reach, Lena finishes her debrief. Lomax listens, expression unreadable. He confirms it. The shimmer is gone. Nothing left but ash. Lena doesn't know what happened to her. She doesn't feel unchanged, but she's not sure how she's different either. Lomax tells her that Kane woke up after the shimmer disappeared, awake, physically recovered. Lena walks to his room. Kane stands inside, calm and quiet. He looks at her and sees her. Something in his eyes shifts, but it's not recognition. It's like he knows her, but doesn't remember. She asks if he's really Kane. He says he doesn't think so. Then he asks if she's Lena. She doesn't answer. They move toward each other and hug. Two people, no longer the same, no longer who they were. As they hold each other, their eyes glow with the same strange shifting light. The shimmer lives on. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more videos like this. There are amazing stories coming your way. Take care, and see you next time.